Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Yeah, I am Akhi. It's not my real name, but I think that's what I'm gonna be preferred to be called on this social media platform. Unless if you know me directly, you could call me by my first name or nickname. I really don't have any problem with that, but yeah. Now, I'm making this video and this channel for multiple reasons. One, I'm tired of how I'm living life, kind of thing. Two, to teach me how to manage my time properly, as I am thinking of doing daily updates. So, Monday to Monday, 24/7, 365, and hopefully make an impact, or more or less of a revolutionary evolution kind of thing in my life. But yeah, now, the reason I'm making this channel is to help myself, as I said, manage time properly. Also to help those there who are struggling with the same thing or want to eat and watch something. You know who you are. But yeah. Now, what will I be talking about on this channel? First off, not much really. I'm just using this as a form of communication. I took inspiration from Jack, Bailey, these people up here on the screen floating in my hand. But that's too much editing. One here, one here. Or I could do both. Hey, who knows? And yeah, I'm just, trying to make a turning point in my life. And I feel like this is a good way to start, getting down to the depth of it. Or, as I should say, giving my hands something to do. Right? So, let me just run through my schedule basically every day. I wake up, do my morning routine during school days, head to school. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays I'm occupied, and when I come home I doom scroll, just like every teenager would, kind of thing. And yeah, I'm a teenager, I'm supposed to be living life, not taking myself too seriously kind of thing. But I mean, I'm just tired of living the way I live. I'm tired of just lazing around, rotting the whole day, only being productive when there's like 4 days or like 2 weeks before an assignment. I even have a math test coming up and I haven't studied for it. And it's basically worth 65% of my grade this term. And if you're in America or somewhere else, this semester kind of thing. And yeah, I just want to do this. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm doing this one, keep myself busy, therefore I'm motivated to do something, like I get home, I record a video, tell the guys how my day was, I edit the video, I post the video, then I can do my homework, then I can study, then I can go to bed, rather than getting home, scrolling, then going to bed. And yeah, it's just irritating, man. Just don't like the way I kind of positioned myself, right? Because I took one good of a look in the mirror this morning, and I realized that, damn, I really look like crap. And I woke up at 10. It's 10 o'clock. It's just, disappointing, but I was kind of, studying or just gaining much more knowledge on how to speak to the opposite sex, females. What most guys would call the holy grail of humanity, you know? And I started watching this YouTuber, streamer, social media influencer called Marlon. And I was looking at his streams recently and I realized that, damn, I really want to be like him. So I started watching his streams, taking notes of how he was speaking, how he was doing, kind of the art of oral farming before cell was a thing. And by cell, I mean this cell, right? Or heck, even Silver Surfer. But that made me realize he worked hard to get where he is, right? Yeah, sure, he has astonishing looks, but why don't I try and work to get what I want, to get the things that I think are perfect? And yeah, nothing is perfect, but to our human understanding, things are perfect. But yeah. Now, I also started watching King Henry. Yeah, we have someone from Switzerland, King Henry, then you have me, right? Practically opposite sides of the spectrum. And I feel that I could use the information to create this fuse. I also started watching RTF. This guy, I only watched this video of his, which gave me an idea to say, hey, why don't I change my life and go the different direction? But yeah. Now, a little bit about me. Hi, I'm 17. I'm interested in photography, as in here and here. Yeah, what else? I don't play games as often. I read books. Currently reading The Courage to be Disliked. My favorite book is The Alchemist. Weirdest one I've ever read, probably Wake Up Woman. Taught me some interesting things, hey, but yeah. So, what are my goals? One, I'll try my best not to lean towards motivation, kind of thing. Yeah. Two, I'll be aiming to be a different person. Three, what's three? I mean, I know what it is. It's just hard to physically put it in words. For example, you could think, 20 years from now, I want to be a billionaire, you know? Help people do things, do this, have an Amex Black card kind of thing. But yeah. And, three, be mentally advanced. And what I mean by that is not having a weak mentality. Start having the white belt mentality. You know, those kind of things. The things that would make me want to wake up every day and say, got this to do, I got that to do, right? Things that push me mentally. 4, probably get a good physique. No. Have a V-taper, you know. And pretty much my body, and you can't see my whole body right now, but I have an inverted triangle, which, alhamdulillah, it's a blessing, which is a blessing. And yeah, what else? Improve my facial features, get a decent haircut. Right now I have cornrows, and yeah, one thing I do also want to add on to the mentally advanced task slash goal is to stop seeing myself as second best, you know. I also feel like I'm surrounded by all these bad people who influence my choices. And now I don't think that they're good friends, you know. I'm also starting to notice signs on how they slowly sabotage me. And yeah, you always have that one friend, but in my case it's two, you know. And yes, I wouldn't mind sitting alone. I mean, heck, I'm an only child. So I'm kind of used to not constantly being surrounded by my age mates. Growing up, I was always surrounded by adults. People who are like 30, 25 and up. So I really have that old people's aura, I guess you could say. Now I do get called, oh, you're acting so old, or you're acting like an unk most of the time. So when my classmates see me do something that's not justified for their age or my age. For example, I'll always choose solitude rather than chaos, even if it's just going to like a small gathering. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna set this one out. I have not TikTok, I have Instagram reels to scroll on, you know, they're on my schedule. So yeah. Also, another goal, I think I'm on 5, is to build my garden before I start looking for butterflies. If you know where that's from, yeah. But I'm always constantly enveloped in the idea of I need to have a girlfriend so that I am emotionally catered for, which I think is absolutely bollocks. But hey, we live in the 21st century. What is not bollocks? But yeah, I need to work in my garden and let the butterflies come naturally. Yeah, just really hope, and I'll be forcing myself to be consistent with this upload. I'm gonna edit this on my own so that I can upload it straight to YouTube, create a new YouTube, which is probably gonna be called whatever you see here, right? And speaking of the channels, channel side of things, I don't want to do this for, clicks, views, likes, whatever's. But I'm doing this to help people who are either in my position or people who have been in my position and, just drop something saying, instead of, using the quadratic formula as that, why don't you just use it as x equals to negative b over 2a kind of thing, yeah? And I feel like I want to build more or less of a companionship with me and you guys in that small little lens there. But I think, yeah, I do really want to see this work out. I do really want to have a change, because I'm tired of being average, below average, subpar. Even subpar is an understatement, but yeah, see where the mentality advancements needs to come in, right? By all means, I'm not calling myself bad. I just think the choices I've made lead me up to this point. The choices of friends I made, the choices of, heck, even music I used to listen to, might have said, yeah, I don't deserve where I am, kind of thing, right? And the one thing that I am striving for right now in this moment is consistency rather than motivation. Because those two things are the difference between a feather and a kg of gold. Now, even if this thing doesn't do well or get made fun of, I'm not gonna stop. In fact, that'll push me forward because I know I'm doing something right, at least. You know, yeah, fine. I'm getting mocked at school. I'm being called names like the kid who's posting YouTube. It's fine. It's fine. Also, I really hope that I don't forget about this. And that's basically it. These are the goals. I have them right next to me that I do want to achieve. Probably not interfering with these captions that you see here. But yeah, thank you for watching. And see you in the next one.